double play, wins it from three. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McKinnon's on touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Volusia wins it. The championship.
Remember, the road to a state championship runs through Richmond, Virginia at the Stuart C. Siegel Center, and it is the 2022 VHSL Class 6 Boys State Championship live on the NFHS Network, featuring the Battlefield Bobcats at 20-6 and the Hayfield Hawks at 31-0. We've got a great one for you here, as a great crowd has already joined us here at the Siegel Center. I'm Andy Hayes, joined alongside the encyclopedia of high school basketball here in Virginia, Matt Hatfield. Great to have you, buddy. How are you?
I am doing well, a lot better than I was when I was sick earlier in the week, but I got back from Frisco, and I'm excited for this one. And we got a great storyline, an undefeated team. There's never been an undefeated team since the 6 alignment in Class 6, and we've seen some doozies here in the state championship round. This Hayfield team is terrific, very balanced. All 5 players that start for them made first-team All-District. Then you got Battlefield, a team that we've seen before in the state tournament, but never in the championship round. They don't have that marquee player, but Randall Bills' team knocked off an undefeated team in the state semis, and Patriot on a 3 in the corner at the end by Bryce Hammersley. Can they do it again and shock Hayfield today? We'll find out.
Well, you know, we always talk about the pressure of a championship game, and getting here to this ball game is always tough, but when you're undefeated, do you feel more pressure? The answer is absolutely. We've seen that before, right?
For sure. I think most teams do, but Andy, this Hayfield team is different. There's something different about them. They've played a tough schedule. They've beaten a couple of private schools. They've beaten John Marshall, who's a championship level squad, Lansdowne, who won the state championship in Class 6 in 2019. I think they're really enjoying this, as opposed to feeling like, we're going to suffer that first loss. They're expecting to get this done.
Well, starters are being introduced. We'll take you out there and show you who's in the lineup here today for both sides. And we will start with the Battlefield Bobcats. Head coach Randy Bill. It's a great squad here in the backcourt. You got Chase Nelson, Hassan Hamad, Maddox Tennant. Those 3 will round out a good backcourt unit there for the Bobcats. Bryce Hammersley hit the big shot in the semifinals. Ryan Durdarian, and those are your starting 5 for Battlefield. Really solid group. They're going to have to perform well today. Hayfield will put a lot of pressure on them here. The Hawks, led by head coach Carlos Poindexter, as Braylon Wheeler. He's the guy. He's the quarterback in football. He's the point guard in basketball. Darryl Holloway, also another outstanding guard, along with Ashton Pratt. Gregory Jones, look out for him. He's got the ups. He can dunk it a little bit. David King as well. Both of those 2 guys are tough inside. So those are your starting 5 for Hayfield. Final thought here on how you see this one unfolding. We'll get to some keys in a moment.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see if Hayfield tries to deliver that early knockout punch, as we've seen many times here in the state championship round. If you're that team that's chasing historic greatness, can you put your foot on the third early? Battlefield, do you kind of play loosey-goosey? What do you do? Maybe throw something at them, a wrinkle that Hayfield hasn't seen before.
All right, let's get you some keys to the game today, and we'll start with Battlefield, the visiting team. What do we do here? Hey,
Hayfield's not only a balanced team here. Battlefield's got 9 different leading scorers on the year. They have to control tempo. If Hayfield makes this an open court game, it's over, folks. And second chance points. One of Battlefield's strengths is offensive rebounds. For Hayfield, play with pace. Push the tempo. Dictate the tempo. Stay relentless on defense, because they've come out in the third quarters of games this year and they have locked people down, and embrace history. This is your moment to go down in Virginia High School League history as one of the best teams of all time.
So those are your keys to the game there. And we are just about ready for the tip at center court. Our producer today, Helene Shane. Up top on camera, Ryan Dalgerda. Tim Blank also doing production today as well, along with Drew Robertson helping us on the court cam. And we're underway, the Class 6 Boys State Championship. Here live from the Siegel Center. Third member of our broadcast team today is Demetrius Means. He'll join us momentarily, as we've got a great crew for you here in this one.
We got my brother from another mother with us, D. Means, today. How are you?
Quick three-point shot from out on the edge. That one's good, and Hayfield takes the early lead. Excellent shot from Gregory Jones, and one of the keys that I was told by a Hayfield insider was, if he's hot, look out, because he's one of those guys that can have a tremendous game if he gets off to a good start. So that's good for the Hawk fans right there. Here's a steal. Ball rolling around on the ground, and that one's going to be a turnover back to Hayfield. So the defense already imposing its will.
Look how fast Hayfield is playing out of the gate here. You can tell they want to push this tempo. And Gregory Jones, Jr. is getting Division I attention. He's got the inside game, the outside game, very skilled. He can handle it, shoot it, and pass it, Demetrius. He's a good prospect.
Yeah, that's the way you start off, hustle and muscle.
There's Wheeler. Top of the key, throws it up. King's got it underneath and almost got it to fall. That one rolls off. Good rebound there for the Bobcats. Darian pulls it down. There's Chase Nelson, the floor general here for the Bobcats. Now ball in the corner. And they're going to say a foul called against Hayfield. That one will go against number 3, Ashton Pratt.
And Hayfield's mainly a man-to-man team. That doesn't mean Carlos Poindexter won't switch to a zone if he has to or do some press and trap, and they'll certainly do a lot of that. But their principles are basically man-to-man.
Maddox Tennant looking for his man, Bryce Hammersley. He's one with a good shot outside. Now underneath, good dish, and that one's going to be a bucket there for Darian. It looked like a little breakdown on the defense there. Somebody left him open underneath the basket.
Getting that first one to go through the net, that is such a big deal if you're Battlefield to just settle in and relax because you don't want to get stage fright on this big stage early. And Ashton Pratt, they're going to look for him a lot on those three-point shots. He missed that one, but there's David King, that guy with the goggles. He finds a way to score it inside. Very crafty, good body control, and does it again.
Wow, such a strong move that time.
Full court pressure causing problems. It's going to be tipped out and back to Hayfield it goes. Second turnover. The Bobcats having trouble getting it past half court.
Demetrius, the words that's coming to mind for me is just swarming and suffocating. The way they play defensively, it's like a swarm of bees coming at you. And Battlefield's got to make sure they have their ball handlers, the helpers come to the ball handlers to help them out.
Yeah, and that always takes good communication.
There's Wheeler working left hand. Nice dish underneath. King open, wide open.
This is
dribble, drive, and dish.
Andy, this is a game. If you leave King uncovered, he can beat you for 25 today. You have to get a body on him.
Jones is going to be called for a foul here. And it looked like Darian got banged up on that. Maybe he took a shot to the shoulder right there. We're going to go see the trainer for Battlefield. There's Nelson from the right edge. Good. That's a big shot. That gets Battlefield right back within 2. And they needed that.
Yeah, that's a big shot right there, draining it from downtown.
3-point shot. If you're Battlefield, you'll trade Hayfield 2s for 3s.
Three-pointer, right edge. A little bit short. Good job of boxing out underneath by the Bobcats there. And a good finish that gets the game tied. Ty Gordon really deserves a lot of credit. The junior was able to box out underneath the basket, Demetrius, and that set up that fast break opportunity.
Yeah, there you see they got out in front. Nice job. Look at the concentration.
Ahmad with the bucket. He gets the free throw as well, and Battlefield's out in front 8 for 7. So, you kind of wondered would Hayfield go for the TKO early. They were up 7-2, put the pressure on. Here comes Battlefield, though.
Well, and the one way to make up points against Hayfield, they play very fast. You can score on them in transition if they don't get back. But there's Greg Jones with the answer. He seems to be the answer guy every time you try to make a run on them. He has the formula for them.
Jones with a nice bucket. Another lead change here. Just under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Nelson out to Hammersley. And a nice drive around the defense. Left hand up and in.
You can see Carlos Poindexter around there at the end of the bench. He is not liking the way his team is defending. Battlefield's given a little bit more edge outside of Hayfield's half-court, full-court pressure they've shown. They've not really been each possession locked in here so far. Here's
Wheeler, three-point try, no good. Forced that one a little bit. Nelson on the long rebound. He's got it. He'll dish it in the corner. Shot from the right edge. That one good from Tennant. Three-point try, it's 13-9 Battlefield.
Maddox Tennant, 12.8 points per game in the state tournament. He's been our leading scorer for a very balanced attack.
Turnaround jumper underneath by Pratt, no good. Rebound, Tennant. And a foul called on Pratt. That'll be his second.
And now the underdog starts to gain confidence. The more and more it continues to go this way, you're down 5. It's a 4-point lead. You can go up here 6 or 7. You wonder, will Coach Poindexter burn that early timeout? You don't like to do it in a state championship game, although you don't want this thing to get too far out of whack.
Long pass up, Hammersley open, and he's got another one. Great feed right there by Hamad. He's got a good knack for finding the open guy.
That was just simply beating him in transition, Demetrius.
Yeah, absolutely. They do a good job of getting in transition.
Three-pointer, no good by Pratt. And another whistle. Coach Bills has to be pretty excited about the way his team has started this game, leading by 6.
Well, just a quick turnaround because down 5, it looked like, trouble was coming, but they have regrouped from it. And think about this, the Patriot matchups. They played Patriot, Cedar Run district rival, there's Andy, 5 times. They lost to them 4 times. One of them was by a point, but they were down pretty much that whole game, and at the very end they got a 3-point shot. So they stayed to the script. They didn't deviate from it, and this group is believing in what he's preaching to them.
Marcus Strauss in the ball game for Hayfield. Here's a long 3-point try, no good. Probably a little bit of a forced shot there. Here's a dribble and a takeaway. Again, Gordon playing some good defense here. Here's Nelson, 3-pointer, no good, rims out. Loose ball goes off of Hayfield. Great hustle there to knock the ball off of a Hayfield Hawk. Jonathan Warren coming out of there to do the honors on that one.
Really feel like Hayfield's just kind of forcing the issue a little bit more than Battlefield so far on the offensive end.
Gordon double teamed, in trouble. Let's see if they call a foul. They do. So Hayfield's starting to rack some fouls up here. That is their 5th team foul. Battlefield yet to foul.
And that's Ashton Pratt's second. He's going to go to the bench. Yeah. Ooh. And this is not a Hayfield bench that has seen a whole lot of playing time early in games. And they've gotten big leads, they've come in, but not early in games.
Tennant shot blocked. Rebound comes back to Hamad. He finds Tennant again, and a foul called over the back, and that's going to be a shooting foul.
Yeah, Battlefield doing such a great job attacking the offensive glass, getting a second effort at the bucket.
And King will get called for that one.
Look at the foul count, 6-0 right now. When do you see that in a state championship? Not even 6 minutes through.
Free throw no good for Maddox Tennant, 6'3" junior. Shooting towards the crowd. We'll have to show you that at some point from the other end of the court to see the student section here for the Hawks. The Hawks Nest is here in full force, Demetrius.
Absolutely.
Jones has it taken away for a moment. Now Rouse dribbling. There's a block by Gordon. Rouse gets it back. Check that Holloway. Saved it there. Here's Rouse again at the top of the key. He'll dribble. This one's going to be a charge called Battlefield basketball.
Just great defense.
How about the work of Ty Gordon inside? I mean, that guy has really been tough around the hoop. And again, Hayfield continues to try to force the issue off the dribble as opposed to via the pass, kind of sharing the rock around the perimeter to set up a good shot and doing some things that are unnecessary as opposed to letting the game kind of come to them.
I'm convinced Ty Gordon plays football. Here's a drive right side, a little bit of an errant shot thrown up there by Hamad. Here comes Wheeler, he'll push it. Stutter step, good dish underneath. And there's an underneath bucket there for Rouse.
Well, we'll see if that ends the 14-2 run that Battlefield was on.
Wheeler making Nelson work. Almost lost it, but he got it back, and an offensive foul is called. And that one's going to be on Jonathan Warren.
Gotta love the intensity of this ball game for sure.
A little jawing going back and forth.
Absolutely.
You know, they're talking about what their, favorite food is, right, Demetrius?
Well, look, if you're Battlefield, if you're a fan watching this, you have to love the fact they didn't just become happy and satisfied by beating Patriot to get here. They want to go knock off the undefeated team again and win the state championship.
Here's Holloway, blocked from behind. Ahmad's got it. 3-on-2. Dish up the court. Oh, what a block by Rouse. Pinned it on the backboard. It's going to go off of Jones and stay with Battlefield. But how about that block right there? Watch it here.
Yeah, he just comes out of nowhere looking like the human eraser, a la Marvin Webster.
Marcus Rouse doesn't start for this team. He's a senior, but he wants to get a ring in his last game and make his presence felt on this group that's been senior-led with the starting five of Wheeler, Pratt, Holloway, King, and Jones. And he does it with the basket to halt the 14-2 run, and then the block there. He could be an X factor here if Hayfield's able to turn this around and start to do what they normally do.
There's Cameron Lee who had that shot block there. Got it over there on the right edge. Inside. Good dish. Derdarian called for a travel.
Yeah, not only good defense, he couldn't hold on to the ball and stumbled somewhat.
Hayfield averages 78.9 points per game, I believe it is. So right now, you're looking at having a hard time getting to that average. They've had some wasted possessions that's keeping their offense from functioning at the same rate. But some of that's also Battlefield's credit on defense here. They have not backed down at all.
That's a lot of points for a high school team.
It is.
I'm going to say that one's going out of bounds back to Battlefield.
How many times so far have we already seen, Andy? They've taken a charge. They forced a turnover. You see guys going down inside with their bodies. I mean, first it was Gordon. Now we're seeing inside for Battlefield. The likes of Tennant do it. We're seeing Hammond do it. I mean, they're having different guys every other possession come forward.
Lee has it knocked away. Jones goes and grabs it. He's got the basketball. Foul called. And Jones will shoot a couple. Battlefield out front 16-11. Vidarian, I think, is the one that's going to get whistled for the foul there. Remember, he went out of the game after getting banged up a little bit. Good to see him back in.
Well, they need him from his size perspective and rebounding ability. We talked about the second chance points. They're going to be very pivotal as this thing moves along. They're going to need that big frame in there to keep possessions going and alive as we go into the second and third and then fourth quarters.
First free throw good. There's the second try. This one is in as well. So the Class 6 basketball championship for both the girls and the guys. Northern Virginia based. Haven't seen that very often, Matt.
No, and I think with the way things are structured with the realignment here, Andy, if you have the mixture of Tywood and Richmond in 6A, a lot of your future championships are going to be, nice take off the bounce there for, come on. You're going to see a lot of these potential matchups moving forward where you'll see, if not one, both Northern Virginia schools in the championship. But Braylon Wheeler, that's a great way to cap the quarter. That's why he's the playmaker and the shot maker.
18-16 Battlefield after one. We're back with more coverage here on the NFHS network. Stay tuned. You're watching the VHSL Basketball Championships.
LiveVapeFreeVA.org is proud to support Virginia families and be an official sponsor of the Virginia High School League. Visit LiveVapeFreeVA.org for resources on a vape-free life.
Hi, I'm Jim White, registered dietitian and exercise physiologist based in Virginia. I am partnering with the Dairy Alliance and the Virginia Dairy Farmers to promote chocolate milk as the official protein beverage of the Virginia High School. Protein is vital for building and repairing muscles after a workout, and chocolate milk has about 8 grams of high-quality protein in every 8-ounce glass. That's more protein than an egg. So power your performance with chocolate milk.
Welcome back to the Stuart C. Siegel Center on the campus of Virginia Commonwealth University. A great first quarter underway and finished here 18-16 our score. Battlefield leading Hayfield in the Class 6 Boys State Championship. Andy Hayes alongside Matt Hatfield and Demetrius Means. As we start quarter number 2, Battlefield with the basketball and the lead. Both teams starting to settle into this one. I wouldn't go anywhere.
No, not at all, but only 2 of the main starters on the court for Battlefield, and Braylon Wheeler, number 1, and Greg Jones, number 23 on your screen.
Hamad throws up a three-point shot, no good. Darian kept it alive. Here's Tennant back in. Jumper from the top of the key, no good. Nelson with another offensive board for the Bobcats. They've controlled that thus far. Here's Hammersley. Runner in the lane, no good. And a reach-in foul on Hammersley.
Looking at some of the first quarter numbers, guys. 7 of 11 from the field, 64% if you're Battlefield. Hayfield, 42.9%. Isn't that terrible, but the thing that jumps out at me is you got good guard play, Demetrius. They've turned it over 3 times. They're a team that you want to really have those turnovers triple for the other team the way they play with their speed, but Greg Jones has really been the one that's been the most impactful offensively. They got to find other guys that get to their normal routine offensively for them to go in front and take control.
Yeah, you got to have a balanced attack.
And that's what they've had all year long as Jones goes to the line here, and they've had literally, you look at their starting 5 guys between King, Jones, Pratt, Holloway, and Wheeler. They're all between 10.1 and 15.3 points per game. That's pretty rare in high school, Andy, to have all 5 guys in double figures at this level.
Doesn't happen very often. We're tied at 18 after those 2 free throws by Mr. Jones there, Greg Jones. There's a steal by Rouse. He's been active defensively.
He has.
In the early parts of this one.
Yeah, good collapse defense that time.
Got an injury for Battlefield here. A young man holding his left arm.
Shoulder.
Shoulder, you're right.
Oh, it's knocked out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked it out.
Might want to look away if you're one that's...
Mr. Darian, he did come out of the game the last time because of that left shoulder. And it looks like it may have popped out of socket there.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
Well, now it's going to extend the minutes for a couple of those front court players for Battlefield that don't normally play that long.
Great hustle by Hammersley. Jones was able to maintain possession. Great look underneath there, and that's a bucket there for Holloway. But credit Andy Ramirez-Novas on a nice drive right there.
That's the unselfishness, Demetrius, that has made Hayfield what they've been all year long. Get in the lane and then dump it off. Find the open man. Share the sugar.
And that's what makes you a good team, is when you be unselfish.
There's Jones, and his drive results in a foul. Shot no good, but a couple free throws coming.
Jones goes really hard to the bucket.
Andy, you can see clearly he's a mismatch problem for not just this Battlefield team, but everybody they pretty much encounter, because he can do it inside, he can do it outside. He's got all the skills. He can handle, he can shoot, he can pass. What's not to like?
Well, he's got the size, which gives you the main mismatch, right?
Yeah.
And then that athleticism, which is really impressive at 6'6". Hayfield back out in front by 3, a 30-second timeout. Called here by Battlefield.
This is a very big moment in this game, guys, for Battlefield, because, all right, it was 7-2 Hayfield, 14-2 run comes for Battlefield. How do the Bobcats kind of hold their resolve and their demeanor? Because Hayfield just showed 7-point deficit's nothing. We're up 3 here in the second quarter. How do you hold this thing? Because as we've seen many times before, Andy, this can quickly become a double-digit lead for Hayfield, and this thing could be on the verge of being over.
You know, we talk all the time about championship games where in the first half, I mean, you just can't lose it in the first half, right? You got to be within striking distance by the time that third quarter starts. And so no matter where this thing goes, who's in front, make sure you're close enough, right?
And when you get in a game like this, it's going to be a lot of different runs. You just hope that the other team don't go to a very extended, large run that takes you out of it.
Yeah, and the dry spell isn't of 5 or 6 minutes to where you've lost the game because of that. And
Absolutely.
Pratt's coming back into it. Now they've got the luxury because they've given King a rest. Jones gets a rest here. I would imagine King's going to come back in here in a couple minutes. They've got a little bit of a rotation working, mixing in the subs so that those main guys are fresh come third and fourth quarter time.
And that's going to be key, the bench.
It really is. Now Battlefield's bench handcuffed because of Darian being out.
Absolutely.
Ty Gordon finding Hamad. He'll drive. Oh, right hand. That's a good-looking play there.
Oh, that's a little razzle-dazzle will do you.
That was from Demetrius' playground days, right? Whoa.
Rucker Park, baby.
Here's Rouse. Long-distance 3, almost. Rimmed in and out. Hamad has got it. Here's Nelson. Back out top, they'll reset the offense here. Hamad. Spin move and a travel.
I almost wish Nelson had thought about that and just released that shot on that three-point first look before he dribbled, then passed it over, and they got a turnover, because against a team like Hayfield, you don't want to be indecisive. Whatever you do, you better do it and not think about it.
Yeah, so you can't deviate from what you're used to doing, especially when you get into a big ball game like this.
They'll pounce on your hesitation or any type of indecisiveness.
Here's Pratt. Now back out to Wheeler. And Wheeler will pop another three-point try. No good. 1 for 3 thus far for the star point guard. Here's a shot from the right edge. Ooh. That one is good, and that's Maddox Tennant for Battlefield, who's had a good start here in this game shooting.
Tennant and Hammersley, neither one of them shy from dialing it up from distance.
Pratt will give it a shot. No good. High rebound there by Hammersley. Battlefield with the basketball and the lead again, 23-22. Here's Gordon. Jumper, no good. Jones, who got a breather for about 30 seconds, is back in on that rebound.
Game like this, you want to be careful not to get burnt out too soon either.
Well, that's definitely a big reason why I think we've seen Coach Poindexter rest some of these guys. Kings at the score set with check at the next dead ball. I want to see Wheeler attack more instead of just sell him to the jumper.
Mid-range jumper, that one doesn't fall. Hammersley on another rebound. Here's Hamad in trouble. Hammersley saves the day on that one. That one tipped away in the corner. Look out. There's Tennant again. He's got another.
Oh, my. That's big shot Tennant right there.
Bobcats recognizing the breakdowns defensively, finding the open shooters. Hawks leave them there, late closeouts, and it's a 4-point lead suddenly again for Battlefield. This game goes back and forth, back and forth. It's a roller coaster.
Absolutely.
There's Jones. He'll try his luck at a three.
Ooh.
Nails it.
So Jones picks up the phone and goes long distance.
That's a grown man bucket right there.
They're going to say a turnover. Jones caused that one as Hammersley was on the line when he touched the ball.
Greg Jones is playing out here like he knows he's the best player on the floor.
Oh, well, to be 6'6" and have the skills and the thrills, this is what it's all about.
He's starting to gain a little bit of a swagger to his game, and I think that's what separates the good from the great.
Absolutely.
No, you know, it takes every young player when they're that talented to kind of figure it out for a little bit, and then they look around and they go, oh, I can dominate here, and then it's all over. Here's Wheeler. Has it taken away. Hamad again with another defensive play for Battlefield. Nelson now with it.
Oh,
Tennant from way downtown. Oh, he couldn't get it to fall.
Man.
And Hammersley under duress.
King just held his ground, didn't commit a foul. That was just terrific defense.
Nelson a little short on his three-point try. Warren doing some work defensively. Couldn't get the loose ball. Here's Wheeler to bring it up for Hayfield. 1-point lead for Battlefield. Here's Wheeler, left hand. Oh, no.
Wheeler just wheeling and dealing his way to the bucket.
I like that, though. That's what I was saying. A few possessions ago, go to the basket. You've got the ability, Berlin, to attack off the dribble, beat your defender, get to the foul line. Not that you shy away from shooting completely, but, again, know the defense. You're a smart enough point guard to survey the scene and figure out what to do.
Wheeler knocks down the first free throw.
Be really curious to see how these new faces in here, Kyle Zambrano, Manny King, do for Battlefield here. A couple more substitutions. Randall Bill's having to go deeper into the bench. How do they react here as the Hawks are starting to have another verge of that run? We talked about it, Demetrius. Game of runs here.
Absolutely.
Battlefield does not want to go to the half, giving Hayfield all the momentum and confidence, down 6 to 8 points.
Manny King checking into the ball game along with Kyle Zambrana for the Bobcats. We're tied at 26. King out top. In the corner for Nelson. Three-pointer good.
Pivotal shot right there. Again, we had that three-point shot on the wing earlier. I said he should take that. He didn't hesitate on that one. He knew right away, I'm pulling the trigger. Bang.
Wheeler trying to take Nelson to the basket, and he does with some authority. And a couple words after.
Yeah, he's starting to get in the flow of things, and I think he's definitely locked in.
Yeah, you see the herky-jerky in the body.
Nelson trying to knock it down. A little jump back like Curry there, Steph Curry.
Oh.
And there's Holloway with a nice little runner in the lane.
That's the guy they got to get going, Hayfield, Andy. DJ Holloway had no points in the first period. He's capable of having a 10, 12-point quarter at some point in this game. Very good in transition.
Zambrana caught out front. Here's Tennant now. Tennant with a dish to Warren, no good. Nelson will chase it down. Zambrana out of control. And a foul called on Warren.
They are letting it all hang out.
How about this, guys? Remember when I said 6 minutes in, it was 6-0 the foul count? Look at it now. It's even. Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
But it's a credit to Hayfield that they didn't let that disrupt them, discourage them from their game. They kept playing their game. Tell you what, Andy, he's probably one of the best dual sport athletes in the state. I mean, if you're making a list of them, Jacob Thomas goes right to the top for me from Stonebridge. I mean, there's a bunch of them. We've seen some down in the Tidewater area. Greenrun's got a couple of them. Maury's got a couple of them. We'll probably see them tonight.
These foul shots are so important. You got to start making them.
Nelson again, no good on that one.
But Wheeler's pretty terrific. He really is.
Oh,
Great no-look pass to King. Showtime.
Man, oh, man.
Oh, my.
That was magical. He's got the tongue hanging out.
Slipping it between the seams.
He doesn't lack any swagger either. Some pizzazz.
Timeout called by Coach Bills at the Battlefield bench there. Watch this passer. Oh, come on.
And it's got
Come
a
on,
lot
man.
of zip.
Quit messing with him, Braylon.
Talk about the zip on the pass.
Timeout called, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Make sure you come back and watch a full on-demand replay of this one on the NFHS Network website. NFHSnetwork.com is your source for millions of athletes, thousands of games every season. Make sure you subscribe today and don't miss any of the championship coverage all throughout the year here on the NFHS Network. 37 seconds remain here in this first half of play. Andy Hayes, Matt Hatfield, along with Demetrius Means. It's been an entertaining first half. Back and forth, a couple lead changes. Hayfield out front right now by 4.
And Braylon Whittle might be the 5th leading scorer for Hayfield at 10.1 points per game, but don't let that fool you because his 5.7 assists and 4 steals per game tell you how valuable he really is.
Pressure on the ball forces another turnover here. And Hayfield will immediately bring David King back in. And Ashton Pratt. And they're going to play for the last shot here. So Wheeler going to hold it until it's time to go. 16 seconds left.
And when he does, you better watch out for King because he just dumped it off to him the last time.
Around King,
looking for him.
Oh, there it
underneath.
goes.
They tried to get it to him, couldn't do it. 1 second. And that's going to do it for the first half of play. Hayfield leads it 33-29 over Battlefield. We'll step aside for the halftime intermission. We'll be back to show you some highlights and talk about adjustments here for the second half of play. You're watching the Class 6 State Basketball Championship on the VHSL NFHS Network.
Hi, I'm Jim White, registered dietitian and exercise physiologist based in Virginia. I am partnering with the Dairy Alliance and the Virginia Dairy Farmers to promote chocolate milk as the official protein beverage of the Virginia High School. protein is vital for building and repairing muscles after a workout, and chocolate milk has about 8 grams of high-quality protein in every 8-ounce glass. That's more protein than an egg. So power your performance with chocolate milk.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Live Vape Free is a free program focused on helping parents and other concerned adults talk to young people about the harms of e-cigarette use and vaping. There are videos, live chat, toolkits, and activities to begin the conversation about vaping. Live Vape Free is also for young people who want to quit using e-cigarettes, Juul, or vapes. Virginia is for vape-free teens. Learn more at livevapefreeva.org. Brought to you by the Virginia Department of Health.
Jim White, registered dietitian and exercise physiologist based in Virginia. I'm partnering with the Dairy Alliance and the Virginia Dairy Farmers to promote chocolate milk as the official protein beverage of the Virginia High School. Protein is vital for building and repairing muscles after a workout, and chocolate milk has about 8 grams of high-quality protein in every 8-ounce glass. That's more protein than an egg. So power your performance with chocolate milk.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Live Vape Free is a free program focused on helping parents and other concerned adults talk to young people about the harms of e-cigarette use and vaping. There are videos, live chat, toolkits, and activities to begin the conversation about vaping. Live Vape Free is also for young people who want to quit using e-cigarettes, Juul, or vapes. Virginia is for vape-free teens. Learn more at livevapefreeva.org. Brought to you by the Virginia Department of Health.
All right, check. Welcome back here to the Stuart C. Siegel Center. Andy Hayes alongside Matt Hatfield, our halftime score. Hayfield 33, Battlefield 29, and pretty entertaining first half. Matt, let's talk a little bit about what you saw.
Yeah, I think Battlefield was able to stay in it, and whether that first surge from Hayfield, they got that big, impressive three-point shot early on in the game. Nelson hit one down the stretch here in the first half as we watched some of the highlights. 18-10 in rebounding, which was very big for them, but Greg Jones came out. He was clicking, Andy. 14 points for him in the first half, and he did so pretty efficiently. And when you look at it, it was 3 of 4 shooting, 6 of 6 from the foul line. That's kind of been one of the differences so far in the half as far as the score margin being 4. Hayfield's 8 of 10 from the free throw line compared to just 2 for 3 from Battlefield. And when you leave David King unguarded underneath, he can do some damage. There's that three-point shot from Nelson. That jump-started them with that 14-2 run here, and they also beat them in transition a few times as well.
Yeah, I tell you, Battlefield did a nice job of answering whatever run that Hayfield went on. They were able to come back and kind of get, the lead back sometimes, and then also just kind of hang in it. So it's a 4-point spread. But I was really impressed with Maddox Tennant, his shooting ability. He got hot here tonight in this one, and I'll tell you what, they got to watch out for him if you're Hayfield. Don't let him keep shooting from the corner over there. He's been money. He and Nelson have kind of kept Battlefield in this game.
Absolutely. Both Tennant and Hammersley can get going and do some damage, and if that takes place, Battlefield's going to be in this to win it. And that's something that a lot of people that came to the Siegel Center today did not expect to be the case for Battlefield with the three-point shooting to give them a shot in this game and for their rebounding to be such a big factor. It's been a factor at various times throughout the season, but this is a different monster in Hayfield who has their designs on capping it at 32-0 and winning that coveted state championship in Class 6, the largest in all of Virginia.
Three-point shot to start the second half by Holloway, and that one's good. We welcome back Demetrius Means as well to the broadcast. 36-29, and this is a pivotal point here, Matt. Cannot get too far behind, right, in this third quarter.
No, you can't. That's why if you're Randall Bills here, if this thing becomes another bucket for Hayfield and even 11 or 12, you have to use that timeout. Don't play around here. I know you've got just 3 left, but you got to use it. Nice feed inside.
Great feed by Gordon to Hammersley. Puts it up and in.
Hayfield's content matching score for score right now because they're in the lead. So Battlefield's going to have to do it on the defensive end first. Dig in there, and then you have a chance to get it done with your offense.
Pratt, three-pointer, got it. They set him up with a nice screen. 2 in a row for Hayfield.
Demetrius, we were saying before the break that Greg Jones has been dominant. Woodard with his pass, and don't forget about King down low. And then if either one of these guys, Holloway or Pratt, get going, you're in trouble. They both have hit threes to start the half.
Hammersley from another nice give from Gordon. And a timeout quickly called by Battlefield. This is a full timeout. We'll step aside for a quick break as well. And we'll come right back here with the action from the Siegel Center. Welcome back here to the campus of Virginia Commonwealth University. Started the third quarter here, 39-33. Just underway a few moments ago. Hayfield with a couple three-point shots right out of the gate. There's Jones, working baseline, jumper, no good. Gordon on the rebound. Quick pass up to Nelson. It's Nelson and Pratt, and Nelson shot good. Oh, tough shot.
Had his line made up.
There's Jones, runner, no good. And it's going to stay with Hayfield. King got a hand on it, knocked it out of Tennant's hands.
Guys, I reckon that Coach Randall Bill spent more of that huddle talking about defense, those 2 3-point shots that both Pratt and Holloway hit rather than the offensive end, where the Bobcats have had their success at times. I mean, they did not have a bad first quarter, 7 of 11, and in the first half, I think they would have taken the amount of points they got in this game. It's going to be about defense for them to win this one.
Jones with another steal now. Foul called on Gordon.
I just like how aggressive he has been, Greg Jones, because I think for about a year or so, some wondered, is he going to be kind of a passive type of guy at 6'6"? Some of those guys, Demetrius, they're about 6'5", 6'6" on the wing. Do they kind of have the toughness, the moxie? Will they go out and attack when they need to? And I think he's showing more of an aggressive mindset. Not a selfish mindset, but willing to attack when it's there, and he's doing that today, getting to the foul line. Now 7 times it'll be 8 here if he makes this one.
He's a finesse player as well.
Yes. He's not a pure physical post guy exactly at 6'6", because some of those in high school are playing the 4 or 5 positions. He's more of a 3.
Free throws make it 41-35. There's Battlefield with numbers. Hammersley, great dish underneath to Warren. And that was a well-done play right there by all 3 guys.
Battlefield getting to the basket, and that's where you have to get to Hayfield on is find those attacks to the rim, and they're scoring on them.
Well, and that's the key to this game is getting in the paint.
Without a doubt. And if Battlefield ends up with more paint points at the end of the day, they're going to have a great chance to win.
Good defense by Hammersley there to knock that one away. Another turnover. He's got it back. Out to Nelson and an offensive foul. How about that? What a heads-up play there by Holloway to step in front of Hammersley, who wasn't paying attention to where he was.
Well, the key to
knocked
that
him
was
over.
He did a good job putting his feet in position to draw the offensive foul. How many people would stand there and take that charge?
Coaches talk about it all the time. Are you going to be shot blockers or charge takers? And he is a charge taker, and that's you sacrifice your body, you make those plays. Those are championship-winning plays.
Those are the things that don't show up in the box score.
100%.
Oh, my.
David King, again, every time that little slip back door, it's given Northern Virginia teams nightmares. It's given other teams they've played this year nightmares as he does it. Uncanny.
Such a deceiving player.
There's Tennant. 3-pointer, no good. Ooh, shot attempt, no good. King gets it back. Here's Jones for 3. Yes.
Look out. Look out.
The Siegel Center stage belongs to Gregory Jones today. He is getting it done.
Steal in the backcourt by Holloway. And Hayfield starting to run here.
Down to 1 timeout now, Andy. He's got 1 left after that timeout, but Hayfield can sense it. They know that they're closing in on perfection, which is so hard to do at any level of basketball, particularly when you get to the high schools. And we're talking about Class 6 or Class 1, but Class 6 is the largest. You can make the case it is the toughest. And Greg Jones and company right now, 11-point lead. They're just 12 minutes and change away from hoisting that big trophy.
And their defense turns it right into the offense. Is exactly what they were looking to do.
Well, and Demetrius, when you're a team that averages almost 80 points per game, I think it's sometimes deceiving that you're that good of a defensive team as well. But they are. A lot of their offense is created off what they do defensively with their pressing and trapping. And I was speaking with the coach earlier today who said, watch when they come out of halftime, they're going to dial up some of that pressure and trapping. And here they are, 11-point lead in a game that was just a 4-point deficit moments ago.
Yeah.
So the timeout important here for Battlefield. Kind of calm down, try to stop the momentum, right? That's the key. Good coaching call right there to get that timeout called because it was about to get away from them here.
Well, to do it, they've got to control the tempo better here. You cannot play an up-and-down game with Hayfield. They play that game better than you and probably most anybody in the state. You have to keep this in the half court, and it's going to be hard to do that with a 2-1-2 coming at them right here.
Yep, and take better shot selections. Look at this.
Tennant, pump fake, throws it up and in. He's paying the rent today, boys.
Man, he's got the guts of a tiger. He just comes right at you.
Very poised.
A lot of confidence he has.
King dribbling in, can't get the bucket to fall. And they're going to say a jump ball, Battlefield possession.
That was one of the rare times that David King, as we mentioned, shoots 72% from 2-point range, did not score it within 5 feet of the bucket. He's usually automatic. King was the district player of the year in the Gunston district. Greg Jones shared Occoquan Region 6C player of the year honors with Fairfax's Margod Choi Jolson. Be curious to see who gets the Class 6 state player of the year. If it's someone from Hayfield who's so balanced, it might not be for someone from Hayfield, but tell you what, I don't think they care about player of the year now. They care about getting that championship hardware.
And what I like about King too, Matt, he just has a feel for the game, you can tell.
He really does, and you got to have those. Carlos Poindexter told me before the season he was our glue guy. And teams need that. You need the guy, whether he's the leading scorer or he's the fifth guy. Everybody has a defined role in this Hayfield team. And that's what makes them so special.
That's when you know you have a good basketball team, when everybody knows their role.
Foul call there. King will go to the line for a couple shots here.
And this hasn't been the typical shooting performance from Ashton Pratt, who's their most accurate three-point guy on the season for Hayfield at 39.7%. But there's his teammate. Pick up your brother. I got your back. David King with the offensive board. Going to the foul line, and it's now a double-digit deficit for Battlefield. And Coach Bills and the coaches over there, they're trying to devise some way to make this thing close and tight here in the fourth quarter against this juggernaut.
Lead up to 11 here, 50-39.
Going to take King out and give him a rest. Matt Poindexter, coach, doing a great job in substituting this team.
He really is, and they haven't really gone into their bench in some of the big games as much as they have today, and as they mixed in Rouse and Juan Henriquez, Andy Ramirez-Navas. I like what he's done because it's keeping them fresh for the fourth quarter should this thing be a barn burner, which is what you want to be able to do.
The defense is starting to amp up a little bit here for Hayfield.
And that's their MO.
Problems, yeah.
That's their MO third quarter.
Here's Wheeler, jumper in the lane.
Such a tough shot that time.
When you can score at all three levels like Braylon Wheeler does and distribute the way he does, that makes you an all-around point guard.
They have really opened it up here.
Gordon on the edge over there. Gets it back up to Warren. And the ball nearly taken away. Back to Gordon. Good dish underneath. Lee has it blocked from behind. That was Wheeler.
Oh, so quick and so fast, able to block the shot. And he looks to the crowd and acknowledges them.
He's got his football coach over there, Said Aziz.
Right. He is here.
And I think he was smiling at him. He's the quarterback. Coach Aziz talking to me about him before the game. He said, watch out for number one. He's the guy, man. He is the guy.
Support his guy.
Number one, he likes to have some fun. There you see the quickness, the block.
What a great hire, too, for Hayfield to hire Coach Aziz as the head football coach. And, I mean, he had a great run at Falls Church. And I'm going to tell you, people better get ready now. He's going to have these Hayfield Hawks playing for championships one day here soon in football.
Completely agree with you. He works his tail off, and he's so well respected across the whole Northern Virginia area.
Long shot there by Nelson, no good. Jones takes it away, and then it's Tennant doing the honors on the other side. 3-on-2, runner in the lane, no good. Wheeler fighting for it, and a foul call. Let's see what they get here.
I tell you, the little guy just really mixing it up, jumping in there, battling for the rebound. There's no doubt about it. That's that football mentality right there.
He was their player of the year a season ago. He put up the big numbers for them. It was really him as the main guy. Ashton Pratt was the number 2 guy. They got to the state semifinals, lost to the eventual champion Centerville. But they surprised people when they beat South County, who was a previous champ, to make the state tournament. And Wheeler this year sacrificed his numbers. He didn't care about the numbers. He cares about winning.
Wow, that's a great attitude right there.
Here's King for 3, no good. He gets his own rebound and a great dish underneath. That one's going to go out of bounds back to Battlefield. King doesn't look like a three-point shooter, but it wasn't a bad-looking shot.
Well, Battlefield, I'm starting to see a lot of guys, Andy, with their hands on their hips a little bit. They're getting tired here.
That's a sign of being tired.
Listen, the pace that Hayfield plays wears you out. It's nothing negative against Battlefield. It's just that's how they play.
And they force you into that type of ball game.
Absolutely. It takes a toll on you. But look at this little almost a nice finish there for the Bobcats. Came very close, but couldn't quite get it done.
And the thing about that, Matt, is you try not to get into that type of game, but they force you into it.
Wheeler fouled on his drive to the basket, and he'll get 2 shots here.
Has that ability to change speeds, and then I can slow it down, then I can speed it up on you.
Kind of reminds me of Greg Anthony in the NBA.
That's right. Son Cole now playing.
Entry pass, shot blocked by Gordon. But a foul call. He's starting to run into some foul trouble here.
Which is the opposite of how we began this game. Remember, It was Hayfield 6 fouls to none for Battlefield. Now look up at 6-1 here in this quarter, and that does not help your cause if you're fan out there, the Bobcats, trying to make up this deficit. And I like the idea of trying to get the ball to Ashton Pratt there because he's not had the shooting touch so far. We've seen stretches where Wheeler's had it. King, Greg Jones obviously has been the main source of offense, but they want to get Pratt in a groove before this one is done.
What a great student section here today for Hayfield. They have filled up that whole side over there. It's fun to see the kids down here enjoying this.
And Andy, how nice is it after we were here a few years ago when we had that abrupt ending of the state championship, but the last time we had a filled arena for a Class 6 final was Lansdowne Lake Braddock. Those players that were freshmen then are now seniors. Hard to believe it's been that long, right?
Yeah, we were talking about that last night, just how great it's been to get back here and talk to the executive director of the VHSL, Dr. Billy Hahn, and as that shot block there, everybody feels the same sentiment.
Just some normalcy back.
Yeah.
Well, and kudos to the entire VHSL staff for putting the proper protocols and things in place for people to play these games safely and do it the right way. They've done just a fantastic job across the whole state with it.
Turnover again, and there's that man, Greg Jones, at the center of it.
When they say, "Mama, there goes that man," he is that man.
Hands down, man down.
He's a different animal, and he's starting to figure it out that he's a different guy. I don't know that he knew or was quite as confident, sure of himself in some of his motions and what he did on the court a year ago as he is at this point, which means he's just going to blow up, I think, in the spring and summer on the travel circuit. His offer sheet's going to double, maybe triple.
Yeah, I would say he'll be playing somewhere pretty good there.
Hold for one shot here.
Oh, great look underneath, can convert. Pratt gets it back, and that one falls out. And the quarter will come to a close. But Hayfield has made a statement here. 54-39. They're 8 minutes away from a state championship. And it would be their first in school history. We're back with more coverage on the NFHS Network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
You're watching live coverage of the VHSL Basketball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/VHSL is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of VHSL Championship action. From live games to full game replays to highlights, it's all there at the NFHSnetwork.com/VHSL site. We hope you're enjoying our coverage here today. Andy Hayes, Matt Hatfield, along with Demetrius Means. And we've had a great time bringing this one to you. It's the fourth quarter of action here in the Class 6 Boys State Championship. Hayfield out front 54-39.
Got another undefeated team in action later today, Andy, with the Woodgrove girls in Class 5. So a chance for maybe two unbeaten champions. Pretty hard to do these days.
Really hard to do, especially coming off of all the, the disorientation of the COVID years.
Yeah.
Really impressive. That shot attempt by Holloway, no good. Pratt comes down with the rebound.
Well, in Class 6 of all the championship teams, think about them. We've seen Colonial Forge win back-to-back. We saw Westfield with Tyler Scanlon and Blake Francis win it. Look at Braylon Wheeler, acrobatic, but it's going to be a charge. We've seen Lansdowne. We've seen South County. Centerville's won a couple. None of them have gone unblemished in Class 6. Hayfield trying to do it here as we watch that. Nice job of taking the charge there for the Bobcats.
Ahmad stepping in there and doing a really tough job there, hanging in, taking the beating. Got the foul.
Pratt thought he was getting ready to take one himself.
Oh, absolutely.
Double in the post.
Great look by Gordon to Hammersley. He's fouled. Ted Gordon can really pass the ball, can he?
Yes, he can.
I mean, the eyesight, the quick pass. It's like he and Hammersley are on the same wavelength there. I love that one. So look at Wheeler just went over into the huddle with the Battlefield coaches and players there because it wasn't a timeout. And they were on the court. Did you see that?
Yeah. Talking to you right now with one of the referees, Clyde Spellman. We got a good crew, by the way. A good officiating crew today with Clyde Spellman, Eric Brinker, Justin Long. But he's something else. He's an interesting young man.
I mean, we've seen that before. That if you don't have a timeout, you just huddle on the court. You can go walk over there. And, what are you saying, Coach? Yeah. What's the play call? Let me know what you got.
Yeah.
A little showmanship.
Well, you do that in the football field, you might get some shoving going, too.
Yeah, exactly.
They call that a long memory, right? Yeah. Here's Rouse. Oh, beautiful move by him. So he's been solid today. Marcus Rouse off the bench.
Rouse coming off the couch.
Hey, he has done a nice job considering that he's not one that plays a whole lot of minutes or gets the shine that the other starters do.
But when he does, he makes the best of it.
Just love the effort.
But think about it. You practice every day against King, Jones, Holloway, Pratt, and Wheeler. You got to be getting better, right?
Jump ball. Possession will stay with Battlefield.
A lot of people thought we might see, when the season began, a Hayfield-Lansdowne matchup in the Class 6 final. Lansdowne under their great coach Dwight Robinson and Donald Hand Jr., who's going to Boston College. We mentioned them winning a championship back in 2019, and they actually played them in the Virginia Preps Classic in early January, won that game in early January when there was a lot of COVID situations, weather situations going on, and this Hawks team has played John Marshall, beaten them. They have taken on all comers. Jones almost had a dunk there. He was thinking about powering one down. Hasn't had that big highlight reel jam just yet. They have run from nobody.
Holloway, runner in the lane. That's good.
Yeah. That's a quick move. That seems to be his go-to shot. The floater.
He's a slasher. I think they're chanting, "We can't hear you," but they sure can hear you out there. Hey, Hawk Nation.
It might have been a technical call there. I don't know what the thing was at the end of the timeout there, but
look at all that orange.
Wow.
Orange and black.
It's like having a sun kiss.
Yeah, or a Halloween night, right?
Officiating crew doing a nice job today.
Oh, absolutely. You got to give them a lot of credit. These games are tough. To stay with the pace for the race and to make these calls and keep the game under control, they do a fantastic job. Guys, if you had to take a guess, what's the capacity here today?
I'd say a couple thousand. You want to go higher than that?
It might be a little higher than that.
Might be 4 or 5.
There might be just that of the Hayfield people. So got to mix in some of the Battlefield in purple and black now. They're a little quiet right now, but
we were talking about the IC Norcom Petersburg crowd back in 09.
Yeah.
And just how amazing that was last night. We were talking about just that environment with the bands, and the crowd was full. I mean, it was standing room only. You didn't have any seats. They had to turn people away. Never seen this place like that before.
Yeah. Regional semifinals in Lancaster. They had almost 2,000 people on the line outside waiting.
No kidding.
Why there was already 1,000 inside.
That's, in fact, you mentioned Cave Spring. They played Northside, their rival, or one of their area rivals. And they had people lining up at 1 in the afternoon, like almost wrapped around the building. So in some of these places around the state, basketball, it's almost life or death to them.
Rouse's three-pointer, no good after they get a steal on the other end. How about King?
David King.
King says, "This is my house."
Kind of look like Dennis Rodman right there. Gets the rebound, puts it up and in. He's doing all the dirty work. He got the steal a minute ago.
He's definitely the dirty work guy.
He's got a lot of heart.
Nelson has it blocked.
Greg Jones doing it at both ends. He's a two-way player. Colleges love that.
Uh-oh. Here comes Jones.
Oh.
Got it.
Are you kidding me? He goes coast to coast and gets the most.
Oh. Look at Carlos Poindexter doing jumping jacks over there.
The Hawks are soaring here, folks. 62-40.
One thing we haven't seen today was a dunk.
Whew. Good move underneath by Hamad. Well, if you said it, you put it in the universe. We're about to get it.
Well, if I had to pick somebody, the guy with possession of the rock right now, number 23, is a pretty good chance. There was a 23 guy back in the day that dunked it pretty well, is right?
Yes, I remember him a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of these young guys don't, but I do.
Had the tongue wagging out, too, didn't he, when he did it, if I recall.
Foul call there. Let's see who they get. Could be on Pratt. .357 to play here in this ball game. Battlefield will make some substitutions.
I'd be curious to see if that's why maybe Greg Jones chose 23. A lot of kids do that because of his airness. Michael Jordan we're talking about. But
exactly.
Never know.
Foul call there. Again, yeah, big game coming up. 5A girls championship. Woodgrove playing in it, and set that match up here briefly for us. So that's going to be the first one when we come back.
Yeah, Woodgrove and Menchville. Menchville had to rally. It's funny, Andy. Menchville and Woodgrove both had to rally to get to the state championship by double digits. In the case of Woodgrove, they were down by 13 against Briar Woods, who they beat in the region championship, and had to sweat it out to win by 3. Menchville was down 12 with 6 minutes to go against Norview, and they won it in double overtime. And they beat Norview rather comfortably in the region championship at the Norfolk Scope. So Menchville, I would not be surprised if they're able to keep Woodgrove from that perfection. They've got a very good team led by Amari Smith, and Coach Adrian Webb has done a nice job organizing them and getting them to play pressure defense to ignite their offense. Woodgrove, though, is very talented. Be curious to see if they're at full strength, though, because they were missing their last time out. One of their key players in Ashley Stedman, a Christopher Newport University commit. So if she's healthy, they got a great chance. If she's not, it's going to certainly force some others to have to step up.
And here comes the governor. We got the governor in the house.
That's right.
Governor Glenn Youngkin here has been here all weekend to help hand out the trophies to the kids after the game. It's been great.
Thank you, sir.
Demetrius getting a nice selfie there with the governor. That's pretty cool.
Hey, when you got the governor in the house, you show respect.
Yeah. We didn't get ours, but that's all right. We'll get one later.
We have a couple of huge Woodgrove fans driving down right now. They're watching our broadcast. Hopefully not while they're driving, but they're listening. Leslie and Melanie they got their Woodgrove gear on. They're coming. They said the whole community is coming down. So give them a shout out here on the air.
There we go. Want to see a lot of the Purcellville people in the building.
It's not Purcellville. It's Purcellville. Come on now. I used to live there, so I got to say it there.
All right.
That's where your producer lives. So if you say it like that, you get
I
laughed out of town.
apologize. She'll laugh me out of town.
In fact, the governor's next door doing a commercial.
We got to get him on with us, Demetrius. How about that block right there by Jones?
Greg Jones got up and sent it almost past the press row. Ooh, Wheeler's just so clever with the basketball.
Foul call there, Wheeler.
Tough thing for Battlefield is they're going to lose a lot of seniors from this group. It's a senior-junior heavy squad, and the one thing they would want to do, though, is get some of their juniors some playing time and build for next season and get some of that development going as they get ready for the 2022-2023 campaign for those that do come back for next season for the Bobcats there in Haymarket.
Absolutely. Governor of Virginia making his rounds here.
We're working on trying to get him on the air with us the next game.
Okay.
So we'll do a halftime interview with him and talk to him about his involvement here this week with why he wanted to come out here to support the kids. He's big in, getting in the communities. It's great to see him here. This state has a lot of pride, and we love our governors.
We love our leaders.
We love our leaders. We got to support them.
No question about it. Well, and he was a basketball player back in his day as well.
That's what I'm curious about with his background. He was here for the Carroll County game.
Yeah.
Last night or yesterday afternoon, that was the first one we saw him at. But we'll just talk basketball with him. I mean, he's a big, tall guy, and looks like he might have been able to throw it down on Demetrius back in the day.
I don't know. I was a pretty good defensive player, and I had some hops.
I thought your nickname was Swiss Cheese, man. No, that's what I heard.
Actually, the nickname was called Stretch, brother.
Really?
That is correct.
Stretch. I love it. Hayfield's pulling away, boys, while we're having a good time talking here.
He would
63-42
from Youngkin, by the way, at his height. Just saying.
Shot from the corner. No good. That one. A little bit off there. Battlefield's gone cold.
Yeah, and he played at Rice and Norfolk Academy, by the way. His dad played at Duke. Played basketball at Duke. His dad did, yeah.
Wheeler's shot no good. Lee's got the rebound. Jones, look out! Showtime! Here we go. Put that one on the highlight reel.
There's the two-handed flush. Chest bump with Rouse, and the Hayfield fans are going bananas.
Not only that, he dunked that one like a turkey on Thanksgiving Day.
Woo. Hello.
There it is. Finishes it off.
Something special right there.
Well, I'll tell you what. All the guys for Hayfield have really played well, but he took it over from the start of this game and said, "Nuh-uh, not today, man. This is my day today."
And what did you say? Speak it and it shall come to pass.
That's right. You put it in the universe, and guess what? Gregory Jones, remember the name, 6'6", junior. He'll be back next year.
And I'm not going to preach a sermon, but the word says speak it.
Yeah, look, Jones is coming back for them. They're also going to bring back, in addition to him, quite a few other pieces on this team. I mean, they do have to say goodbye to Wheeler and Pratt, but Holloway's coming back. David King's coming back. So 3 to 5 starters are coming back. I don't think the Hawks are going anywhere come next season, and there could be some whispers of back-to-back.
Shot from the corner, three-pointer, good. Nice shot there for Carter Cramp.
When you see Randall Bills clapping to keep his guys to keep playing hard. Don't give in just because you're down 20.
There's a bucket there for Mark McKenzie, and the crowd goes crazy. Senior, 6'7", forward. Three-point try, no good. Down to 1 minute and 13 seconds left. There's Nelson. Up to Lee. And Lee will put it up and in.
Well, if you're Battlefield, you did somewhat of your job. You kept Hayfield under the scoring average. Problem is, Hayfield's defense just clamped down in the second half.
And their bench has been fantastic today, which really helped top things off.
It did. It gave him that extra cushion they needed.
Drive, left hand, no good. Rebound, Hammersley.
Got a steal. Might have had travel with it, but hey, they play on. A little stumble.
They're not going to call it now, that's for sure.
Now the war's getting ready to start. This place is about to explode with orange and black, and referees tell them to sit down.
Good job by Coach Poindexter's going to get some new guys in the game that haven't played. So everybody gets in the book.
There you go.
I like that. Ryan Payne in the ball game along with Javon Brown.
This crowd is at a fever pitch.
Fellas, this will
Braylon Cage.
only undefeated boys basketball team in Virginia this year.
Nathaniel Tesfaye.
Wow.
Nobody else will have done this.
That's a great accomplishment.
Any division, 6-5, 4-3, 2, or 1. And the clock's about to tick down from 6-5, 4-3, 2 to 1.
10 seconds left, and here we go. The Hawks' Nest is revved up. The Hayfield Hawks put it into history books. The first state championship in school history. (67-47). Winners here today, undefeated. It's hard to attain perfection, but they've done it.
32-0 is 32-0. What is it Bill Parcells used to say, Andy? You are what your record says you are. They're unbeaten, unblemished, and number one.
What a performance by Greg Jones as you watch him walk down the line there, shaking hands.
It's hard to play good, but it's easy to play hard, and they demonstrate that here today.
I tell you, they get after you on defense.
My goodness.
It is a suffocating deal to watch them attack the ball carrier and the ball handler. I mean, they are on him like crazy. Doesn't matter who it is, and they all do it. Even the backups that came into the game.
And the governor's going to get on the floor.
Well, and now this group has to be talked about. I mean, everybody's going to have their own opinion, but as one of the best teams of all time to go 32-0, we still are in technically the COVID age of things, to go wire to wire without a loss, and they challenge themselves against a good schedule, both in their area in Northern Virginia, outside the area. We mentioned the wins over John Marshall and Lansdowne, previous champs. Maybe John Marshall wins one this weekend in Class 2, and they believe they're not done both celebrating and maybe doing this thing again come next year.
What a great atmosphere for this one, folks.
It's almost like a college atmosphere.
Great job by our crew, too, to capture it. Ryan Dagurda, Drew Robertson helping us to get these shots. And really cool moment there. Coach Poindexter got tears going down his face. And, the emotions of the pressure, the feelings of, hey, we got a chance to be perfect, and everybody's coming for us. And, we did it.
And to not lose a game, that's a lot of pressure on a team.
I know it.
Well, and how many teams have we seen over the years, Andy, where they get to this point and you can see they start playing very tight? They didn't really show any symptoms of that or signs. And if you go back to the first half, and they calmly got themselves back on track. And let's give Battlefield some credit here. They didn't back down against this undefeated giant.
Absolutely.
They beat Patriot in the state semis. They were ready to play today. They just ran into a better team.
That's just so true, Matt. Because they deserve some credit as well.
Athletic Director E.W. Nolan and Principal Martin Grimm out there giving Coach Poindexter hugs a minute ago. Pretty cool thing. Great thing for the school. Fairfax County proud of the Hayfield Hawks here. So we'll get to the trophy presentations. The first team up will be the state runner-up, the Battlefield Bobcats, who had a tremendous run here to get here. And for Coach Bills, they played hard. They really were right in it all the way until about the 6-minute mark in the third quarter, and then Hayfield just started to pull away.
Yeah, those 2 threes in particular, Andy, from Holloway and Pratt in that third period kind of gave Hayfield that confidence they were going to pull away, and they did from there.
So we'll join the public address announcer for the trophy presentations. There's Governor Glenn Youngkin here to help hand those out to the kids. So congrats to the Battlefield Bobcats on a great season. Your state runner-up. Coach Bills and his crew have a lot to be proud of here. Now we'll join the PA announcer to hand out the championship trophies. There it is. They've waited a long time to do that. But the Hayfield Hawks are your state champs here in 2022. They'll pose for their championship photo, and that will be in the school building forever. Congratulations to Coach Poindexter and the Hayfield basketball team on making history today. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. From Matt Hatfield, Demetrius Means, our producer Helene Shane, Tim Blank on graphics, and Drew Robertson on the court cam, along with Ryan Gerda, who, by the way, is a big Hayfield Hawks fan. Way to go, Ryan. We're happy for you. I'm Andy Hayes saying so long, folks. We'll see you next time here on the NFHS Network.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it to three. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. The Coyotes on touchdown.